Welcome to your sleep story. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Whatever this day was, however long it felt, however much it held, it is behind you now, completely behind you. You made it through, and that is everything. So let's begin. Before I take you anywhere tonight, I want to count you down from 10 to 1. And as I count, I want you to allow yourself to sink just a little deeper into wherever you are right now. Feel the weight of your body. Feel what is beneath you, holding you. And with each number, just let go a little more. 10. Allow your eyes to close. Gently, completely. There is nothing you need to see right now. 9. Feel your shoulders and let them drop as far as they want to go. 8. A slow breath in through the nose. 7. And all the way out. 6. Your hands. Feel them opening. Whatever you've been holding today, you can put it down now. 5. Your jaw is soft. Your face is soft. 4. Your legs are heavy, warm. 3. You're drifting, not asleep yet, but moving that way. 2. The day is behind you, completely and entirely behind you. 1. And now, tonight's sleep story, the relaxation. Before we go anywhere, I want to stay here with you for a moment. Just here, just now, because this moment, this exact moment right now, where you are lying in the quiet, deserves a little attention, a little kindness. Take a breath in for me, from the very bottom of the belly. Good, and let it go. And as you breathe out, I want you to imagine that everything you were carrying today, every worry, every unfinished thought, every heavy thing is just leaving with that breath, just drifting away. You don't have to solve anything tonight. You don't have to figure anything out. You don't have to be anything other than exactly what you are right now. A person who deserves rest. A person who deserves sleep. Because you do. You really do. Whatever happened today, whatever was hard, whatever felt heavy, you made it through. You are here. And that is enough. That is more than enough. You are safe. And you are here. Bring your awareness gently to your feet now. Just notice them and allow them to soften. The toes uncurling, the arches releasing. All the small held tension of the day simply letting go. Let that softness travel upward, through the calves, through the knees, the thighs. All of it warm, all of it heavy, all of it resting now. Your lower back, your hips. Allow yourself to feel the surface beneath you taking your weight completely, fully. You don't have to hold yourself up anymore. The mountain has you. The village has you. The belly soft. The chest soft. The heart beating steadily as it always has, as it always will. Your shoulders dropping, your arms heavy and warm, your hands open and still, the neck long and loose, and your face, let the jaw go. Let the forehead smooth. Let the eyes be completely still behind their lids. There you are, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, completely soft, completely warm, completely at rest. You've done beautifully. Now, let me take you somewhere. Somewhere the Atlas Mountains hold the village on 3 sides, and the stars are the stars of North Africa, and the fire is going in the communal room, and the mint tea is being poured, and the night is the most still night you have known. Come with me. The Atlas Mountains, Morocco, the high Atlas, the mountain range that runs through the center of Morocco, from the Atlantic coast to the Algerian border, the backbone of the country, the mountains that separate the Mediterranean Morocco from the Saharan Morocco, the mountains that catch the rain from the Atlantic, that feed the rivers, that feed the valleys, that made the agriculture of Morocco possible. The high Atlas, the highest peaks over 4,000 meters. Toubkal, the highest mountain in North Africa. But we are not on the highest peaks. We are in the valleys, the high valleys, between 2,000 and 3,000 meters. The valleys where the Berber villages have been for millennia. The Amazighen, the people who were here before the Arabs came, before the Romans came, the original people of North Africa, who survived everything, who are still here, in these valleys, in these villages, made of the same stone as the mountains. The village, built from the mountain, the mud brick, the pissé, the compressed earth construction, the same reddish-brown as the mountain soil, the buildings blending into the terrain. From a distance, hard to tell where the mountain ends and the village begins. The village walls, thick, very thick, the walls that insulate against the Atlas cold. The Atlas Mountains are cold in ways that surprise people who think of North Africa as only hot. The Atlas winter, the snow, the temperatures that fall below freezing, the nights that require fire, that require the thick walls, that require everything the pissé construction was designed to provide. The village, on the slope, the terraced fields below, the walnut trees at the village edge, the irrigation channels, the seguias that bring the mountain water down to the fields, the system that the Berber farmers designed centuries ago, that still works, that still waters the fields. The approach, the mule track, the track that leads to the village, from the valley below, the track that the mules use, that the people use, that no car can use, the track too narrow, too steep. The vehicle road ends at the valley floor, everything above by foot, by mule. The approach, upward, the valley dropping away below, the peaks above, the village visible on the slope, the reddish-brown of it, against the reddish-brown of the mountain, hard to see until you are close, then suddenly clear. The walls, the flat roofs, the minaret of the small mosque, the walnut trees, the seguias, the terraced fields, the village appearing. As you climb, the welcome, the village welcomes. This is the thing, the Berber hospitality, the Amazigh hospitality. Taoism, the tradition of collective help, of communal assistance, of welcoming the stranger, the tradition that has been in these mountains for as long as people have been in these mountains. The guest is not a burden. The guest is an honor. The guest brings news from the outside, brings connection, the village that is high and remote, welcoming the person who has climbed to find it. As a gift, you are the gift, not the village. You came, you climbed, you chose to come, the village receiving you as the thing you are, the person who chose to be here. YUSSEF. His name is Yusef, not the Yusef of the Sahara, the other Yusef, the Atlas Yusef, the name common across North Africa. He is 60. He has lived in this village all his life, as his father lived, as his grandfather, the Yusef family in this valley. For generations, he is the Mukhtar, the village elder, the one who receives guests, who organizes the village, who carries the village's history, its stories, its disputes, its celebrations. The Mukhtar, the oldest office in the village. He is dressed in the jalaba, the long robe, white with the hood up against the mountain cold. His face, the face of the Atlas Mountains, the wind and the sun of a life at altitude, the lines of it, the warmth of it. He gestures, come in, the communal room, the tizan, the communal room of the Berber house, where guests are received, where the fire burns, where the family gathers in the evening. The room, low-ceilinged, the ceiling made of juniper poles, the juniper of the Atlas forests, the dark wood, warmed, fragrant, still fragrant after years, the juniper giving off its smell into the room, warmly, the banquettes along the walls, the cushions, the rugs of the high Atlas, the Berber carpets, each one made in this region, in the villages, by the women, the geometric patterns, the red and the orange and the ochre, the colors of the Atlas earth, the colors of the dye plants of the Atlas, the rugs covering the floor covered in warmth, in color, in the work of the women who made them, the fire in the center of the room or in the corner, the fire, the wood fire, the juniper wood, the same juniper as the ceiling poles, the juniper that burns with a particular fragrance, resinous, clean, the smell of the Atlas night fire, the fire that has been burning in rooms like this for as long as there have been rooms like this, for as long as the Atlas has been inhabited, the fire that the family gathers around, that the guests gather around, that warms the room against the mountain cold, that lights the faces, the orange light of the fire, on the faces of the people in the room. Yusef's face, the faces of his family, your face, all of them, in the orange, in the firelight, the most ancient light light that has been lighting faces in the atlas and everywhere since the beginning. The mint tea. It is being poured by Yusef's wife. Her name she is not introduced by name. The Berber custom. The women of the household, not introduced in the traditional way, but present, active, the one who makes the tea, the one who runs the household, the one whose knowledge is in the walls, in the rugs, in the food, in the hospitality. She pours the mint tea from the height, the Moroccan way, the silver teapot held high, the tea falling, a long amber stream, into the small glass, the foam forming, the aeration of the pouring, making the foam that says, this tea was poured with care, with the right height, with the right technique. The mint tea, the gunpowder green tea, steeped with fresh mint, sweetened with sugar, the 3 glasses of tradition. The first glass, bitter as death, the second, strong as life, the third, sweet as love. You accept the glass, both hands, the warmth, the sweetness, the mint, the smell, the room, the fire, the juniper smoke, the mint tea, the atlas night. These are the smells, but beneath them, something more. The smell of the pissé walls, the compressed earth, the clay and the straw, the smell of the earth used as building material, the earth that is the mountain. In the walls around you, you are inside the mountain. In a sense, the walls are the mountain keeping you, and the food being prepared in the kitchen, beyond the room, the harira, the Moroccan soup, the tomato and the lentil and the chickpea, the cumin and the coriander, the cilantro, the smell of harira cooking, coming through the wall, into the tizen, the smell of the evening meal, being prepared for the family, for the guests, for you, the stars. You step outside, after the tea, before the meal, the stars, the Atlas mountains at night, no light pollution for many kilometers, the nearest city, far below, the mountains between, the mountains that block even the glow, the Atlas sky at night, the sky we found in the Sahara with Yusef, the guide. But different, the Sahara sky is the open sky, the sky above the flat, open desert, the sky in all directions. The Atlas sky is the mountain sky, the valley sky, the mountains framing it, the peaks cutting the horizon, the sky above the valley, narrower than the Sahara sky, but more intimate, the stars between the peaks making walls, the valley making a room, the sky the ceiling, your room, the valley, the walls the mountains, the ceiling, the Atlas stars. What Yusef knows. He knows the mountain, every path, every village, every family, the genealogies, the disputes, the marriages, the deaths. He knows the weather, the cloud that means snow by morning, the the east that brings the sand from the Sahara, the warm breath of the desert finding the mountains. The Sirocco, he knows the plants, the medicinal plants of the Atlas, the plants that his mother showed him, that her mother showed her, the thyme and the rosemary of the Atlas, different from the lowland varieties, stronger, the altitude concentrating them. He knows the water, the springs, where they are, which ones dry up in summer, which ones flow year-round, the springs that sustain the village, that have sustained it for as long as the village has been here. He knows the mountain, as Tenzin knew his plateau, as Morag knew her island, by being here all his life, in this mountain, in this valley. The Hara, the meal arrives, the harira in a large communal bowl, bread, the flat Berber bread, made on the open fire, the bread that is also the spoon, the bread torn, dipped into the soup, the harira, thick, the lentils, the chickpeas, the tomato, the spice, the herbs, the warmth of it, spreading from the stomach outward, the warmth of altitude food, the food that the altitude requires, the food that makes the body work. At this height, at this cold, the food that is exactly right for this place, for this cold, for this night, the bread, torn, the soup, the fire, the Atlas night outside, the communal eating, not in silence, in the sound of the fire, in the low voices, the Tamazight language, the Berber language, the language older than Arabic, older than French, older than any written record of this region, the language in Yusef's mouth, the language of the mountain, the rugs, the Berber rugs, on the floor, on the walls, on the banquettes, the rugs of the high Atlas, the geometric patterns that are not only geometric, that are a language, a visual language, the patterns that mean things, that carry information, the lozenges that represent the eye, the protection from the evil eye, the zigzags, the running water, the life-giving water of the seguias, the diamonds, the fertility, the geometric forms that are also prayers, that are also stories, that are also records of the women who made them, the women who wove their knowledge into the rug, the way the monks wove it into the illuminated manuscript, the way the silk weavers wove it into the cloud pattern. The rug, as record, as prayer, as story, as the most portable form of the culture, carried on the back. If the village must move, if the people must go, the rug goes with them. The culture in the rug, the night air, cold, the Atlas night air, the cold that surprises. At this altitude, October, the temperature dropping below 10 degrees, perhaps below 5, the cold that the thick walls keep out, that the fire addresses, that the rugs soften, but step outside, and the cold is there, immediate, the clean cold of altitude, not the wet cold of the British moor, not the damp cold of the Dutch canal, the dry cold, the crystalline cold, the cold through which the stars are visible, the cold that clarifies, that removes everything that blurs, the cold, clean as the Atlas itself, and the silence, the Atlas silence, at night, not the complete silence of the cave, not the complete silence of the Antarctic, the silence of the mountain, the wind that is always slightly present, the wind in the walnut trees, their last leaves, the walnut in autumn, the dry leaves, the sound of them in the wind, the only sound in the Atlas night, the walnut leaves, and the cold, and the stars growing still. The fire is going, the harira is finished, the bread is torn, the third glass of tea is in your hands, the sweet one, sweet as love. Yusuf is speaking, low, into Mazut, to his family. You do not understand the words. You understand the tone of a family at the end of the day, of the communal room, of the fire, of the mountain night outside. If thoughts are arriving, and they probably are, because that is what minds do, they are not staying long. The mountain takes them, the high Atlas, that has been taking what the world sends for millions of years. The thoughts come, you notice them, the mountain receives them, as the Passé walls received the heat of 10,000 fires, as the rugs received the prayers of the women who made them. You don't need to hold any of them, just the fire, just the warmth, just the third glass, just Yusuf's voice, low, in the mountain language, just the Atlas night outside. Peace lives in this village, in the fire, and the rugs, and the harira, and the mint tea and Yusuf's 60 years of knowing this mountain. Tonight it is yours. Good night. You are doing so beautifully. The day is done. You climbed the mule track. The village appeared on the slope. Yusuf welcomed you with the hospitality of the mountains. The fire was going in the tizen, the juniper smoke, the mint tea poured from a height, the harira in the communal bowl, the Atlas stars between the peaks. The village received you, as Berber villages have received travelers for centuries, with the fire and the mint tea, and the rugs, and the harira, and the particular, ancient, completely sincere hospitality of a people for whom the guest is never a burden. Carry it with you on the days when you feel alone, the days when the cold finds you and no warmth seems adequate. Remember the tizen. Remember the fire that has been burning in rooms like this since people came to these mountains. Remember the tea poured from a height, the foam that says, "This was done with care." The warmth is always available. Someone is always pouring. You know the way here now, but tonight you are already here. The fire is going. The mountain is around you. The stars are above. Sleep now, deeply, completely. You deserve every fire warm, mint sweet, rug soft, mountain still, Atlas deep moment of this rest. Every single one. The village through the night, the fire through the night, the fire in the tizen, through the night, banked, the way the Irish bank the turf, the way Britta banks the stove, the way all the fires in these stories are banked. Against the night, the Atlas fire, banked, the juniper glowing, very low, the room, less warm, but not cold, the thick walls holding what the fire gave, the pissé walls, the compressed earth, absorbing the heat through the day, through the evening, releasing it, through the night, the thermal mass of the Atlas earth, the same principle as the alpine chalet, as the Scandinavian farmhouse, the thick walls, the slow warmth, the building teaching what you receive. You hold, you give back, slowly, through the night, the seguias, the irrigation channels, at night, running, the water that comes from the mountain springs, from the snowmelt, from the sources that Yusef knows. Everyone, the seguias running through the village, the sound of them, very faint, but there, the water in the channels. At night, the sound of running water. In the Atlas village, as the stream ran through the Japanese village, as the canal ran through Amsterdam, the water, always connecting, always present, the sound of the seguias, the sound that the village has always had, for as long as the seguias have been here, which is as long as the village, the water and the village, the same age, the same necessity, the walnut trees at the village edge. In the night, their last leaves, the walnuts harvested. In October, the nuts in their sacks. In the storage rooms, the food of the winter, the oil of the winter, the walnut oil that the women press from the gathered nuts, the walnut trees, old, very old, some of them, the walnut tree that lives for centuries, that is planted for the grandchildren, not for the self. The person who plants a walnut tree knows they will not eat its first harvest. The grandchildren will, or the great-grandchildren, the walnut tree as patience, as the long view, the most long view tree, planted for the future. Yusef's grandfather planted some of these trees. Yusef harvests them. His grandchildren will harvest them, the walnut trees. At night, their branches bare, patient, already planning. The spring, the language, Tamazight, the language of the Atlas, the language of the Amazican, the Berber language that has been spoken in North Africa for at least 3,000 years, perhaps 5,000, the language that predates all the others, that absorbed some of them, was absorbed by none, that is still spoken in these mountains, by Yusef, by his children, by the old women who did not learn Arabic, who have only ever spoken Tamazight. the language in the mouth, the language in the rugs, the language in the names of the places, the mountain names that are to Mazite, the water names, the valley names, the names that are the history of the people who named them, still here in the names, even when everything else changes. The names remain, the language remains, Yusef's language, the mountain's language, the bread, the flat bread made on the open fire, still warm in the morning, or not the bread made fresh. Every morning, the Atlas bread, the cobs, the round flat bread made from the barley flour, the barley of the terraced fields, the barley that the Atlas altitude produces, the barley that is hardier than wheat, that survives the Atlas winter, that feeds the village, made into bread every morning, the bread that is also the spoon, the bread that is also the plate, the bread that is also the culture, the bread that is also the connection between the barley in the field and the family at the table, between the mountain and the meal, the bread, simple, essential, made every morning for as long as the village has been here. The muezzin at dawn, before the light, the muezzin from the small mosque, the call to prayer, Fajr, the dawn call, the Allahu Akbar, carrying across the village, the sleeping village, the call that wakes the sleeping, that calls the faithful, the same call as Tenzin's monastery bell, different form, same intention, the day beginning with prayer, with the acknowledgement that the day is a gift, that the morning is not ordinary, the muezzin in the Atlas, the call carrying across the terraced fields, across the walnut trees, across the seguias, into the Tizan, where the fire is still going, very low, the juniper still glowing, the rugs still warm, the harira pot in the kitchen, empty, the mint tea glasses, washed, waiting for the morning tea that Yusef's wife will make before the men return from the mosque, the morning beginning, the almond blossom, in spring, the almond tree's flower, before anything else, before the walnut, before the barley is in the ground, the almond, the first blossom, white against the Atlas mountain, the white blossom on the bare branches, before the leaf, the blossom that says, winter is ending, the most beautiful announcement, the almond blossom in the Atlas against the red-brown of the mountain, the white, extraordinary. Yusef has seen it every year for 60 years. He has never stopped finding it beautiful. He never will. The almond blossom, the announcement of spring in the Atlas that comes every year after the cold, after the snow, after the long winter nights, after the fire and the harira and the third glass of mint tea. After all of that, the almond blossom, white against the mountain, the world renewed, as it is always renewed. After the cold, after the night, after the necessary dark, the blossom coming as it always comes, the mountain at night, the Atlas Mountains, at night, enormous, the scale of them, invisible in the day's detail, invisible in the busy of the village. But at night, when the detail falls away, when only the shapes remain, the mountains, their scale, present, the peaks above the village, dark against the starred sky, the valley below, dark, the village in the middle, its fire, its warmth, its rugs, its language, its bread, all of it small, in the scale of the mountain, and yet not diminished, not made insignificant by the scale, made more valuable, more present, the small warm things against the vast cold, the fire against the mountain night, the mint tea against the cold, the harira against the hunger, the rugs against the bare earth, the small warm things that the people made against the mountain that is indifferent, the small warm things more precious for the mountain around them, what the Berbers know, what the Amazican know, that no one else knows quite the same way. They know the mountain in all its moods, in all its seasons, in the language of it, the Tamazat names, for the springs, for the passes, for the valleys, for the wind directions. They know the sky, the stars by name, the old names, before the Arabic names arrived, the Tamazat star names, the navigation by the old stars, Tafukht the sun, Agadir the granary, the fortified house, the way the sky and the earth are named, together in the same language, the sky and the earth, not separate, the mountain and the heaven, not separate, all of it, one world, in Tamazat, in Yosef's mouth, in the village, at night, with the fire, and the tea, and the rugs, and the mountain, and the stars, the closing of the day, in the tizen, the fire banked, the last of the tea glasses collected, Yosef's wife, moving through the room, her work not finished, never finished, but at rest for now, the children asleep, the youngest on the banquette, covered by a rug, the rug pulled over, the small face, at rest, Yosef, in his place, the place he has occupied every evening for 60 years, the corner of the tizen, that is his corner, that the family knows is his, that no one takes, not because of authority, because of love. He sits there, he has always sat there, the way Petros had his table in the Greek Caphnaean, the way Walter had his spot on the bridge, the way all the people in these stories have their particular place. That is theirs, by long faithful return. He sits, he is quiet, he is with his mountain, his village, his family. This is enough, more than enough. This is everything. The dog at the door, the village dog, one of the village dogs, the dogs that belong to no one and everyone, the dogs of the Berber village, that guard, that warn, that sleep at the doors, that the children feed, the village dog, at the door, its head on its paws, its eyes open, half open, watching, not for threat, simply watching, the way dogs watch, the way they are, present, without agenda, simply here, at the door, the fire inside, the mountain outside, the dog between, at the threshold, as all the dogs in these stories are at the threshold, between inside and outside, between the human warmth and the animal cold, between, simply between, patient as dogs are patient, the closing meditation, the fire is banked, the juniper glows, very low, the rugs are warm, the harira pot is empty, the mint tea glasses are washed, the almond trees are bare, waiting for spring. Yosef is in his corner. The youngest child is asleep. Under the rug, the village dog is at the door. The seguias are running. Through the dark, the mountain is above. The stars are between the peaks. The Atlas night, the cold, the clean cold, and the warmth inside, the thick walls holding what the fire gave, and you are sleeping deeply, completely, peacefully, in the Tizan, in the Berber village, in the high Atlas, the rugs below you, the mountain around you, the mint tea sweet, in your memory, sweet as love, the third glass, and the fire, still glowing, the mountain, holding you, as it has held the village, for as long as the village has been here, which is a very long time. This is exactly where you should be. This is exactly what you deserve. Every fire warm, mint sweet, rug soft, mountain still, Atlas deep moment. Every single one. You are safe. You are held. You are at peace. Good night, dear friend. Sleep well. Sleep deeply. Good night.